Hello, FPC Salinas. This is Pastor John coming to you with another edition of the Midweek Refresher video, where I desire to do two things. Number one, provide you information. Number two, provide you inspiration in the middle of your week. Certainly hope your week is going well. And if not, may this video serve as a source of encouragement to you, as well as a reminder that our God is with us, that He will not let us down no matter how chaotic things get in our lives and no matter how we're feeling. God is right there with us every step of the way. Very few things to go over as far as information. And the first is this, is a reminder that every Thursday morning at 10:30 here at the church on our campus in the fireside room, we have a prayer meeting. Encourage you, invite you to participate with us in this as we talk about different issues that are going on in the world, as well as different things that perhaps are a concern of our FBC Salinas family. All right, so that's at 10:30 Thursday mornings in the fireside room. Certainly hope you can join us there, and we get to cry out to God and say, Lord, help us and give us direction with this. So that's the first announcement. Second announcement is this, is that a week from this Wednesday, which would be July 17th, we are having part two of our What's Next meeting, I should say. And we have taken the list, and there were a lot of ideas. We have clumped them all together. Sorry, I wish I could come up with a better word than clump, but we put them all together, and now we're going to see what we need to do and what are where the Lord seems to be leading us with these different quote unquote clumps. And we will then take the next step there. So again, that is a week from Wednesday, July 17th, from 6:30 to 8 in the fireside room as well. Another reminder to you that throughout the month of July, we will not be having any Kids Zone or nursery available. Now, granted, if you're a family and you want to go into the nursery, you have a little one that needs the nursery, feel free to go in there and use that. We will still have Wigglers, which is for preschoolers. We'll still have that available throughout the month, but no Kids Zone and no nursery. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So that's really pretty much it. July is sort of a little bit of a quieter month for us, and I think all of us can take advantage of that and take a little breath and enjoy some just a little less activity here at the church. All right, so that's it for the informational portion. The next part of the video concerns inspiration, right? And so I'm working my way through the book of Colossians, and there are these three verses in Colossians chapter 3, starting at verse 15, which are very timely. And when I use the word timely, what hit me is that they're timely all the time. So all the time, they're timely. Listen to these words that Paul writes to the Colossians in verse 15 of chapter 3. Let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, since as members of one body, you were called to peace, and be thankful. Let the message of Christ dwell among you richly as you teach and admonish one another with all wisdom through psalms, hymns, and songs from the Spirit, singing to God with gratitude in your hearts. And verse 17, and whatever you do, whether in word or deed, do it all in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God the Father through him. Timely words, right? Timely words all the time. Let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts. Boy, I don't know about you, but with everything that seems to be going on every single day, it's real easy to find peace very difficult. And find it difficult to find peace is what I'm trying to say. But it's interesting what Paul says here. He says, let the peace of Christ rule. Rule, meaning have authority, have the say. It hits me that when we allow his peace to rule in our life, all of these other things, they're going to continue. But what we're saying is, I'm placing my trust in Jesus, and his peace will rule over those situations. Doesn't mean that the situations go away. It means that we're mindful that Jesus Christ is with us. So that's one of the things that I wanted to point out to you. And then the other one is this: let the message of Christ dwell among you, and notice this word, richly. Dwell among you, meaning taking up residency within you. living within you, the word of Christ, the message of Christ. And what is that message? It's a message of grace. It's a message of redemption. It's a message of hope. It's a message of love. It's a message of purpose. Allow that message to sink in, to dwell in you. I think a lot of times we allow other things to dwell in us, and they begin to consume us because they want to take advantage of us. They want to consume us to the point where we are helpless. And as we allow the message of Christ to dwell in us richly, what ends up happening is those other messages don't have any room to operate. And so we have peace, rule. We have the message, dwell. And then, because of those two things, whatever we do, whether in word or deed, we can do it all for the glory of the Lord Jesus Christ. That's what it's all about, folks. Whatever's going on in our lives, when we allow the peace of Christ and the message of Christ to dwell in us and the peace of Christ to rule in us, what ends up happening is our words, our deeds make an impact in such a way that people can't help but see the reality of the living God in our lives. So it's my hope, it's my prayer, as you enjoy the rest of this week, that you will allow the peace of Christ to rule in your life rather than anxiety, rather than controlling it. Allow the peace of Christ to rule in your life and allow the message of Christ to dwell deeply in your life and richly in your life rather than various messages that this world offers us. And in the process of allowing his peace to rule and his message to dwell, may you and may we live lives in such a way that whether in word or deed, that he is the one who receives all glory. I love you. I hope the rest of your week goes well. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you later.